Okay, I'm sorry.
What's your first order of business?
Well, of course, the first priority right now is to address the issue that we're currently plagued with right now as it relates to our detention facilities. As you all know, there was a 21-day order that was passed down by federal judge Carlton Reeves regarding the status of our detention facilities. So I've already begun addressing some of the issues. I've been meeting with the other parties that are involved to be able to properly respond to that particular order or that ruling that was passed down. So that is the major priority right there. That's again why I didn't want to go into the weekend or next week without having a sheriff in place. We are in what I would consider a very dire situation as it relates to our detention facilities. Any day or any hours lost right now should be considered very valuable time and effort that should be put into addressing this. So I look forward to continuing to address it, meet with legal counsel, meet with the Hinds County Board of Supervisors, and continue to address those issues.
And it's a big weekend with the SWAG championship. So what is your plan for the weekend going in, starting your post?
Well, of course, the first order of business as it relates to the weekend is to make sure that we do have proper safety measurements in place. It is my understanding that we do have several deputies that work at the stadium, and they are contract officers or deputies working security at the stadium as well. So I want to just make sure that they have everything that they need. They have the proper amount of personnel that will be effective regarding the venue, because as we all know, there are a lot of fans that are expected to attend. There are a lot of people that are expected to be in town this weekend as well. So first of all, I want to just make sure everybody is safe, and that we have the proper personnel in the places where they are needed at any particular time as well.
I guess just talk about your, how you feeling right now as your new role as sheriff.
Well, I feel good. This has been quite the experience for me. Ever since I decided back in August that I would seek the office of the sheriff, of course, I did conduct what I would consider a professional campaign. I centered my campaign around reaching the people of Hinds County, giving them my vision and my platform for moving Hinds County forward. And that's where I am right now. And it's obvious that the work that I did, and it paid off for me. The people saw the platform, the vision that I had for Hinds County, and they trusted me by going to the polls and electing me to be the next Hinds County sheriff. I do understand that this is a role that should not be taken lightly at all. But based on my experience, based on the knowledge that I have in law enforcement, and based on the knowledge that I've gathered in detention services, I believe that I was the most qualified to move this county forward. And again, it's a very humbling experience, and I'm thankful for it as well.
Sheriff, you've always had a heart for Jackson as a Jackson police officer and a resident of here and that kind of thing. I know that the fact that crime is higher than ever has to be another big portion of the plate that you've got in front of you. Can you give us just a sneak peek into some of the things you might be doing to help with that?
Well, like I've always said, you can't be the sheriff of Hinds County and ignore the crime that's going on in the city of Jackson and just say that it's a city of Jackson problem. But again, I want to be a sheriff for all of Hinds County. I have to serve all of Hinds County. I have to address the detention facilities as well. So what I plan to do is utilize resources, be able to put resources where they are needed as it relates to the crime that's going on in the city of Jackson. And you do that simply by forming partnerships with other agencies outside the walls of your agency as well. Bringing everybody else on board, everybody that have the same vision as it relates to addressing the crime issues that we're currently plagued with in the city of Jackson right now. I've built my career on partnerships. When I was with the Jackson Police Department, we were successful for a few years straight, and that was based on partnerships that we developed outside of the walls of the city of Jackson. We were able to decrease violent crimes by double digits. So I take a lot of pride in that, and I know exactly the ingredients that are needed to be successful creating partnerships outside of the Hinds County Sheriff's Office.
And you already touched on it, and I saw your emotional post from this mourning about the late Sheriff Lee Vance.
Mm-hmm.
So how are you feeling today getting to fill his shoes?
Well, it's an overwhelming feeling, but at the same time, it's a very humbling experience. You know, and like I said about, you know, it was just that day that I took the picture of the shirt. It was hanging there, and I just took a picture of it because I wanted to save it for myself. You know, and at that particular time, I had not even made a decision that I would seek the office of the sheriff. You know, of course, it was on my mind. It was something I was thinking about. But at the same time, I was grieving. You know, not only was I grieving, his beautiful family was grieving. Law enforcement family was grieving. The community, the state, the region, the nation, everybody was grieving the loss of what we would consider a heroic giant in the law enforcement field. You know, and I would never be able to fill the shoes of the late Sheriff Lee Vance. But I stand proud to you today as what I would consider a product of the late Sheriff Lee Vance, someone that groomed me, someone that gave me opportunities and gave me some chances in the law enforcement field. You know, and I've learned from him. I've learned from several others along the way. But again, these are just some of the things that you have to consider when you step into roles like this. You have to remember those that gave you an opportunity, those that gave you a path to reach where you are today again. You know, and I can't do this without my family. I can't do it without, first of all, putting God first in my life as well. So I'm just very thankful for it all, and I'm very thankful for this humbling experience as well.
And what do you have to say for the people who have been supporting you this entire time, specifically your family and loved ones, and then all the people, all the voters who chose you to be the new sheriff?
Well, the only thing that I can say is a big thank you. You know, I'm very grateful and I'm thankful for those that supported me, those that worked alongside me with my campaign. I'm thankful for my family, of course, as well. And I'm thankful for the voters, again, that trusted me and that trusted the vision that I had for moving Hinds County forward. You know, again, during my campaign, I just wanted to reach the people. You know, it felt good going to knock on doors and seeing people in public and personally asking them for their vote, or them asking me, what do you plan to do for Hinds County? And me being able to share my vision that I had for Hinds County. I'm very thankful for that as well, you know, and I'm very thankful for those even that didn't support me or that didn't vote for me as well. Again, we have to consider they are still Hinds County residents, but I look to serve them. I look to gather their support along the way as I take this office and continue to move Hinds County forward as well. And one more thing, last before I go, we have to thank the interim Sheriff Chrysler for his dedication to Hinds County, to the citizens of Hinds County, moving us forward to this particular point where we are today. His leadership from the time that he was appointed to interim sheriff and to this particular point, we're thankful for his service and we're grateful for his dedication to the Hinds County Sheriff's Office and to the city of Jackson, and to the men and women of the Hinds County community as well.
Thank you.
You're good?